Good morning and welcome to Zen in the Art of Movies, and this is number 4 in a series of talks on the movie as viewpoint. And what keeps us from so totally identifying with the movie that we end up in the ward. The wards are full of people who identify with the hero in the movie and they can't leave it. They're Napoleon or Captain Kirk or whatever the hero is, or Avatar, or Napoleon, or whatever the character is, Indiana Jones. Wards are full of people who are locked in a movie. They go into a movie and they can't come out. Now, what keeps us from so totally identifying with the movie that we believe it's real, and when the movie's over, we stay in the movie? It's the night light. I point here. The back of the mind, metaphorically speaking, has a night light on. So when we're in the daylight of awareness, there's a night of consciousness. When consciousness is daylight, I mean you are aware of everything in your room because of the light. If it were pitch black, you wouldn't know where you were. So consciousness is like that light. The light of consciousness makes me aware of where we are. And that where we are has dimensions. Things are over there. I'm here. Everything else is over there. If I turn around, the world moves with me. I'm the center of my room. If I'm on a swivel chair, if I turn around, if I move around here, like this, if I move around, as you see, it's like I'm on a merry-go-round. It's like I'm the anchored leg of a compass. So the room moves around me because I'm at the center. So the center is the anchored point of consciousness. Consciousness must be anchored in a location or a center or a body. So we believe this body is real. So I'm located in this body. And where the body goes, I go. The body is like a tripod upon which my mind as a video camera sits. And so I watch the world from the center. But yet I can never be aware of the center. I can't be aware of the tripod. I can't be aware of the viewpoint. I'm a view with an invisible point. So when I go to a movie, which is a viewpoint, a world, and I so inhabit that world that when I come out, I forget my center. I forget the viewpoint of my personal camera, the world I call me. And I stay in the movie world. So this is a psychological pathology. The wards are full of people who forget their personality and have become another personality. And we're just speaking of it in terms of becoming the hero of a movie. So the question is how is it? What is it that I keep turned on? What is this background light in my consciousness that keeps me from believing the movie is real? And if the hero dies, I know I'm afraid I'm gonna die. We all have that experience. I talked about this last time. When 3D movies came out, they're always throwing stuff at you because you're a jerk. And even now, there's a damn thing on TikTok or whatever where somebody hits a golf ball and it comes right at you and you jerk. You drop your coffee and then curse at it. God damn it. But for an instant, you see, it caught you unawares and you believed that movie was real. So look at you put a mirror in a forest. A mirror is a movie. It's a screen, a reflecting screen, and the bears or the animals see it and jump They think it's real. They get ready to fight it. They'll even look around behind it to get behind the bear that's in the movie. But the bear disappears. They can't figure it out. Where'd that bear go? And they come back around. Whoa, there it is. They don't have the modern convention of a movie. See, we have to learn how to watch movies. Take an aboriginal. There's a story about some African aboriginals. They'd never seen a movie. And so there was a group of well-doers here, who said, how do we teach these primitive people how to stop letting mosquitoes breed in pools of water? How do we get them to stop breeding, remove the breeding ground? Oh, we'll have a movie. So they created a movie about how to not create mosquito breeding grounds, pools of water. And they were so proud. But they said, we ought to check with these people to see what they thought about the movie. So one fellow asked the movie, and he said, and they asked, what did you see in the movie? What was your impression? And the guy said, I saw a chicken. What? He saw a chicken? There's no chickens. It's a movie about conservation or whatever. So they went back and looked at the movie. And all the way through the movie, there was the one little scene where a chicken walked across the screen of the movie in front of the camera. And that's all they saw, the chicken. In other words, they had not been acquainted with the modern convention in the mind of how to watch a movie. The only thing they saw that was real was the chicken. The rest of it wasn't real. They didn't even see it. I just always felt that was interesting, because watching a movie is a convention of art, Art is a convention. And art keeps changing the conventions to shock us out of a conventional way of seeing the movie or art. So 3D was big because it broke the convention that the movie is flat. Suddenly the movie had dimension. And they all used to love those early 3D movies were all about throwing stuff at you. Whoa, duck, you see. We believed the movie. There was a moment where we believed the movie was real. We love watching people on these Chinese glass bridges, and people can't walk on it. They fall and they crawl and they scream and they cry they're going to fall off because their senses say there's space there. But the convention says, no, there's no space there. That's a glass bridge. So anyway, movies have created in the modern mind the convention of watching a movie and disbelief. You can watch the movie, enjoy the movie because you pretend it's real, but in the background there is a little light of awareness on that says you're not going to die if the hero dies. Otherwise, we couldn't enjoy the movie. We enjoy the movie because it's fake. And then we can participate in the movie. But we come back to real life, and we can't participate in that because we're afraid we're going to die. We can't participate in life because we're afraid we're going to die in the movie of life. All the movies are about heroes who are not afraid to die. But we go back to life, put on our costume of the world, you see, after the movie's over, and we're afraid we're going to die. We're afraid we're going to die. And so we never enjoy life. We enjoy the movie because we are free from death. The hero can risk death, and even if he dies, we still enjoy the movie. See the difference? We'll keep working on this. Thanks for dropping in.